Hello, my cyber babies. It is the even more fabulous Dr. Mother Love with the ever handsome Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, you're a good looking fella. Thank you for joining
Oh,
us
thank
today.
you.
There's so much to talk about. Oh, just where do we begin? Okay, I know right where we're gonna begin. Sean, 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 Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Love. Whatsoever you're calling yourself now, maybe that's the issue because you have a personality disorder because you don't know actually who you are. And other people might know who you are, but you don't know who you are. And maybe you're going through like trying to figure out who are you gonna be. So now here you are, this gajillionaire uh, entertainment mogul, and you know you've been doing some skullduggery all the way along the line. I've been in this business longer than most of y'all been alive. So I know the stuff that can go on. I've seen it up close, how they party like that. And then in the age of technology, why would you even be doing something? My bad, shut up, Mother Love, because he's been videotaping these. I have a few questions about this entire situation. Well, the situation as it is now, because this looks like this could like blow up. CEOs been quitting their jobs behind this. People are dropping out of sight behind this because maybe they're on some of those tapes. And what would one person need, or anybody need 1,000 bottles of baby oil? I know the baby oil company are probably like, oh yeah, buy some more, buy another case, get another case. And this is the one that got me. You can, who sits up and not just purchase them, but count them? Count how many sex toys do you have? What is the purpose of a grown man with children, with daughters? You got a mama. You got women who love you. And then you got women who are terrified of you because whatever you're doing, you're trying to find your space. 782 sex toys. Okay, let's just keep it real, mother. 782 dildos. Because they didn't say anything else about a whip, a strap. They ain't say anything about no dominatrix shoes. And okay, can't talk too much about that because I got a pair of those kind of shoes. Never mind. Flashback, coming back.
Okay.
Nonetheless, I mean, you know, and what two consensual adults do behind closed doors really is nobody else's business. It's somebody else's business when you're taping this, when you're drugging them, when you're having people pull up, you know, coming in and, okay, your turn. Okay, and here go your turn. And, you know, it just sounds nasty because some people, you know, you look at me just like, I wouldn't want they sloppy seconds. That just doesn't look right. You know, and the wild parties, the all-male parties. Shut up, Mother Love. How you know? Because I'm Mother Love. I might not know everything. Oh, but I know everything else. Okay, Mr. Kennedy, your thoughts on him having 400, 1,000 bottles of baby oil? You know, and you know what I thought about? I thought about, no, go ahead, go ahead, because I got a baby oil story.
Well, I mean, everybody was gonna be slicked down and baby fresh. I mean, it's hard to imagine. You know, I'm not. I'll be on the line and say, you know, before all this came out, you know, would I wanted to have gone to one of his parties? Of course. I'm not going to sit back here and try to tell like, oh Lord, I would have known. I would have never done nothing like this. I could never imagine that.
And what would your wife have to say about that? You going to a party?
Like okay, wait a minute. Because if I had been going, more than likely my wife would have been going with me. No, the fact that
bring her into your debauchery.
You know, I'm saying what a lot of people used to think, that it would have been nothing absolutely wrong with going to one of his parties. I mean, everybody did not know about. I mean, they was legendary. So to say, oh, people had heard about, oh, you know, he put on a bomb party. I mean, out of this world, you know. Okay, and knowing the celebrities and other attendees at these parties, to say that I wouldn't have wanted to have gone, yes. I mean, what I've gotten involved with all the things that they say that has gone on. Now, that might have been for VIPs only. So I may not have been a VIP to have said, okay, I
would have participatory. You know, when you're coming in, you got to know, even if this is your first party and he's known for throwing these legendary soirees, and everybody that comes in, they must have some kind of something that says,
no,
you know, I'm coming to participate. You know, and you know you're going to participate. You know this is going to go on drugs.
Okay,
alcohol,
no, you do not. Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. No, if it was your first time there, everybody, wait a minute. Every single person that went to the party, to one of his parties, did not participate with all the extra activities that went on. I can
You
assure
are
you.
being really naive.
No, I'm not being naive at all. Wait a minute. You've
You
gone to
going to
plenty.
a wild
Okay,
sex party in a house full of wall-to-wall people, and you
okay,
got all kind of, and you gonna tell me you're gonna be you? I'm just gonna be the church
okay,
man.
okay.
I'm going to be the deacon, and I'm just going to watch and
No,
listen.
what I'm saying to you is this: everybody was not invited into the back. Yes, you might have gone to the party, but that don't mean you were invited in the back room. Just like they have a
Why I gotta
VIP.
be a background?
And
Why ain't
okay,
upstairs in the
okay.
penthouse?
Wait a minute. We have gone to enough parties and know that if there's extracurricular activity that is going on, only certain people are invited in the back. Period. If they don't know you, you don't just have any and everybody. You don't just have somebody who came to your party who's not in the entertainment industry saying, okay, they can walk freely throughout your house. No, they cannot. No, you don't have the celebrities of the caliber of celebrities that he had attending this party and say that if they wanted to go in a private room in the back, that anybody and everybody could walk back there in the back as well. No, they could not. That part was exclusive. That part was exclusive.
I want to know how you came to this conclusion in such detail that say that there are some that are invited in the back and not. Because I've gone to parties and I've never had a problem.
Okay, and just like they have,
come on in here with us.
Okay,
and
just like they have wristbands and stuff
Mm-hmm.
that allow you
so
to go places.
All access.
Okay, now only certain people get those. They ain't just pass these out to everybody to walk in the door. Because if you are somebody a profile, and I mean, I looked at some of the names that they mentioned about people that they say that were at some of these events. Everybody and their mama.
Spill the tea.
Everybody and their mama would not have been allowed in the back. Plain and simple.
Okay.
I know. Okay, they sound
the
like
high profilers would be because I was always
okay,
taught,
but if you were high profile,
this is when you talk about high profile, just regular people coming into the soiree. I was always taught, don't play with anybody that doesn't have as many toys as you do. Don't play with anybody that doesn't have as much to lose as you do. So you don't play with riffraff. So you're gonna have the big raff coming in. You're not gonna have riffraff coming in. You coming in with the star raff. With the star power. I mean, I've seen many of those faces, and I've met many of those men, and well, they know
okay. And what I'm saying
not like they wouldn't, but they
and what I'm saying is
you.
this. I'm looking at this is an article from Rolling Stone magazine talking about some of the people who attended some of these events. I mean, like Prince Harry. Okay, you're not just saying that he's showing up and everybody can have access to him. Just somebody, because I don't know how these parties were done, but a lot of them, they say it was hundreds of people there. Well, all these people are not there for the kinky stuff. A lot of them are just there simply so just like when we would like when you go to the jazz festival. Okay, you have a VIP a bracelet. They had two bracelets. One else allowed you access to everything. One allowed you access to certain things.
Right.
Okay.
But see, I've never been in that only having limited access. So
okay.
I mean, I get that part. I get that part.
What I'm saying is that they have these, and because everybody's never will be allowed for any and everybody to just walk back there. And
unless you want to freak out,
whether you wanted to freak out or not, you were not.
Okay.
You are not being invited back there. Is all I'm saying. These were legendary parties, but everybody did not go in the back to where the real what a freak off, as they're saying, would have been occurring. Everybody was not going back there. You could have been up in the front.
I mean, what about the ones that might want to go back there and maybe they have to prove themselves? Like the gangbangers, if they want somebody to join their gang, they got to take a 5-minute beat down and see if they're strong enough.
Okay, I mean, stop and think about this. Everybody was not going back there. Period. That's all I'm saying. It's not that everybody would have been allowed back there, and that's just common sense.
Okay, wait a minute.
No,
You
no,
kind of
everybody would not.
Well, okay, wait. You didn't just glossed over the Rolling Stones article. I wanted
No, I didn't gloss over. Okay,
you go. Okay, go back to that.
okay, going back to that, when they was talking about people that they say that some of the known celebrities that attended some of it these legendary parties,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and all right, now let me put the comments.
Because you know this is a freaky business we work in anyway. And
But,
I know
but the fact
life-saving
that everybody, but not everybody's not invited in the back. That's the point. That everybody does not go in the back just because you happen to be there. You know, they were saying, okay, you know, Princess, Tom Petty, Mac Miller, you know, Little Pete. You know, you ain't gonna have everybody knowing your business. Is what I'm saying. You know, everybody's just not allowed to come in.
It would seem like to me that they would have a non-disclosure agreement.
They have that too, women. Okay, now one of the things that was also legendary about his parties is that you had to put your phone and stuff in a basket at the door before you even came in, so there would be no picture taken.
Other than what pictures they were taking.
Right. Okay, which made sense.
So they said he got video.
Okay, when I say it made sense that they had everybody to leave their phones at the door, so that you were not coming in there taking pictures. Because say if people were in there smoking marijuana, even though it's legal and most folks would care less, you know, now, but some celebrities still would not want to be seen in there smoking as somebody taking a picture of them and saying, "Oh, look, I was at PD's party and look who was over there, you know, hitting the joint." No, they don't want that. And
I mean, is that even still a thing? I thought marijuana was you could smoke all the weed you want.
It can be legal all day long, but that does not mean that every celebrity who would have showed up would have wanted you to have seen them doing that. That's the difference. No,
and that's being hypocritical. I remember back in the day.
Okay, no, it's not being hypocritical. Women, how do you call that hypocritical? I mean, are you entitled to know everything I do simply because who I am? No, you're not.
Oh, I get that.
Okay, if I go to this party
and as a public entity, one would have to expect when they walk out the door, where they're coming or going, one would have to expect when you're in the public eye that, you know, people are going to want to get close to you. You know, they just want to be in the same air with you. Sometimes they just want to be in the room where you are, just so they could say, you know, "Oh yeah, man, I was at the party and this one was there, and Snoop Dogg, and you know, all these people, and who do I know?" And I'm just it's just so good to see Snoop. I mean, he just racking them up. I bet you he wasn't at none of them parties.
And even if he was,
I don't
everybody.
You know why I don't think he was? Let me see why I don't think he was. I don't think he went to one. He might have thought about it like you said, but I don't think he went. He has no reason to go. He's got a beautiful family. His wife and he. I mean, they act like they're still dating, like you and I sometimes.
Okay,
so there would be no need for him to go.
It's not about a need to go. Wait a minute. These were legendary parties. To say that, oh, this person would have wanted to go. Most people would have wanted to go because they did not know. Wait a minute. Most people did not know that he was taping anybody. Now stop and think about that. He was not. People did not think that was the case. They're saying right now that he's not eating in jail. You know that. You know,
he's not eating
because he's scared that. I mean,
somebody might try to
poison them. Yes. I mean,
but you know, when you're allegedly doing stuff like this, that's a word. You know, you're allegedly you're innocent until you're proven guilty. It doesn't matter how much evidence that says that you are innocent. If you proven guilty, just like the guy just the other day got executed for apparently stabbing a woman to death, a reporter to death in her apartment, and the prosecutors and even the other members who, you know, the jury kept saying, He did not do that. None of his DNA was there. None of it. And he was in prison, I think, for like two decades, 20-something years. And he kept saying, I didn't do this. And they executed him anyway. And I thought, I didn't know that execution
which was wrong.
still
I mean,
legal.
wait a minute. That was a true tragedy. And that's why you have, it does matter when people say voting doesn't matter. Well, if you don't vote at all and you let someone else decide what's going to happen, that will always be the case. If people ever stopped and really stop and think about that, if you said, well, I'm not going to vote because it's going to be the same way anyway. Well, just like I got a summons.
No vote, no voice. No vote,
no voice.
No
I mean, I got the
you
summons.
Don't vote, you don't have a voice. You have to be participating when you're 18 or over. Register to vote. I don't think it's too late because some places you can register right up to the day.
Okay,
but make sure that you have a voice. Okay,
think about this. I just got a letter in the mail that came yesterday for me to do jury duty. Okay, a lot of people are quick to say, oh, I don't want to do jury duty. I don't want to be, but if you happen to be one of those. But think about this though. If you happen to be unfortunate one to be on trial, would you want somebody that would be on the jury that might be able to understand, your circumstances?
Okay, but
how
could he have a jury of his peers when he's a billionaire? I mean, where he gonna go? They gonna have a jury pool to go get what, 12, 15, 24 people, or however many they need to have in a jury pool to put. All of them gonna have to be. It says you can't. There will be a jury of your peers. I don't know how.
Okay, when they say peers. Okay, when they say peers. Okay, when they say peers, they're talking about other average men and women. They don't look at their financial.
These are not average people.
Okay, wait a minute. You did an average crime. Wait a minute, you did an average crime. That's why you can be judged by regular people. It just like the former president went on trial. Okay, they got 12 people in New York that sat on that trial that listened to the evidence and found them guilty of 34 counts. But and that was the
felony counts.
Okay, but that was a jury of his peers. We are all our peers as Americans. We're all our peers. So it doesn't matter what your status.
I thought your peer was in your age group.
Okay, wait a minute. The peers is people who go and sit on jury duty. People who are willing to come in and say, I will help make this system work.
Okay, but you can have peers on your job. You can have
Okay, but we're talking about going to court though. Okay, we're talking about going to court though.
Okay, you talking about going to court. Okay, I'm saying I don't see how they could seat a jury of his peers. Okay, or anybody that would even be half of that, as half of that recognition.
Okay, wait a minute.
Well, it didn't help the 46 too much in New York.
Okay, but but you still had a jury. The point is, see, you're looking at it as far as financially. No, we all are peers when it comes down to the law. It doesn't matter if you got billions, if you got $1. I mean, they send everybody to jail.
No one is above the law.
So that's how you have a jury of your peers. Because if I go and sit on a jury, the summons that I got on a jury of a case or whatever, I'm sitting there to be someone who's willing to say, I'm listening to the information, I'm willing to hear it, and I'm willing to make a decision, yay or nay, on this person's guilty or innocence. But if nobody
on a preponderance of the evidence.
But if you don't go, and then you wonder why so many people get time in jail. And we talk about why the more black men and Hispanic men go to prison. Well, maybe because enough of us, other black men and women, don't go sit on the jury duty. And maybe that's got a lot to do with it. If you're not being represented in the courtroom, sitting in the jury room, in the pool, because you chose not to go and sit and be on the jury, then you're leaving it up to somebody else to decide your fate.
Right. That's the same way about voting. For if you put it in that context, if you don't go vote, what would make you think you should have a voice when you're not participating? You're not participating in the conversation. You refuse to acknowledge it. The majority of people, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat.
Okay.
The majority of people don't know who their representatives are. And for their state,
Okay.
a lot of them might not know who their mayor is, or their council person, or the chief of police, or or anybody. I'm like, when we was kids, we used to run. They said if you in trouble, run and holler mama. Somebody gonna come to your rescue. The police gonna come. You see a kid screaming, mama, mama. People are going to pitch in because that's the universal way to take care of each other. And if you're not out there doing anything that you're not supposed to be doing, people get mad. Oh, they got a camera up there. Well, what you worried about a camera if you're not doing anything? And you're not doing anything illegal. Well, why you worried about how many cameras they are? I go into the store and I see my face on the screen. I wave at myself. Hey, what you doing? That's a good shot. They got better cameras now. Nonetheless, here he is in he is in a truckload of trouble.
Yes. I mean,
he got denied bail. He said, I'll put up 50, or his lawyer said, put up $50 million. Judge said, wrong. Well, let's try it again. Put up $50 million, wrong. And Anna wants your passport.
And they asked for the passport.
I see what a lot of people don't even realize, especially Americans, don't understand that the passport is not to get out of the United States. You need your passport to get back into the United States. You can go wherever you
want. You cannot. No.
But you gotta have a passport to get back home.
You also got to have a passport to get into somebody else's country.
You
just don't fly to Europe and say, okay, I'm going to Spain, and you land in Madrid, and you just get off the plane and say, okay, I'm not showing you anything. No, you're gonna show your passport, and so they're gonna know who you are. So no, you have to have it. You have to have it to go and to come. You have to have it on both ends because it gets stamped. That's why the people, go around and collect stamps on all the different places that they've been, showing that they've been here and there, until the point that their book is so full of stamps they have to get a new passport and start all over again. But you get stamped when you arrive at whatever other country you're going to. They check your passport out. Okay, no, you ain't gonna just. You're not just going.
Okay, I got that part. Let me ask about this about Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff.
Yes.
Oh, it just went out my head. Oh, do you think if they had gave him bail, as prominent as he is around the world, as recognizable as he is around the world, do you think that if he had got posted bail, because he got the money to post bail. If he had the money to post bail and the judge accepted it, do you think that he would leave the country and not come back?
I hesitated because if that would have been me, yes. If I'd have got out of jail, I would be gone. And you would just, well, you'd been saying Puff Daddy is now living in some country that we don't have an extradition charge. Yes, I would be gone in a heartbeat.
And I could find you anywhere.
Okay, but then you would just have to come where I'm at. No, it's just that I can't come back to America.
I can't go to jail for you. I'll love you to pieces, but you
wouldn't go to, wait a minute, just like he's talking about putting up $50 million. Maybe, no, okay, $50 million for my freedom, I would do it. No, I'm just telling you, I would do it.
I want to know. I mean, I know he's getting he got charges for sex trafficking, for drugs. They said he had a lot of guns. He was doing the thing. I mean, he was Puff Daddy in it everywhere he went. He been living large. And my thing is, why would he not think that he wouldn't get caught or nobody would tell on him or rat on him? And they got video of him knocking down a woman, kicking her in the head, and then he come back and say,
they did not have that. They didn't have that.
Let me finish. He said, that was me, and I'm so sorry. I just not, that was not me.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Remember,
you're gonna be like, what's the dude name? Sing Shaggy said, "That wasn't me. Who you gonna believe, me or your lying eye?"
Well, if you recall, when that first happened back in 2016, I believe it was. There was no footage
of the video.
Yes, that happened in 2016. It wasn't yesterday. It happened in 2016.
I don't care. The video physically abusing a woman, a helpless woman.
The point that I'm making the point that I'm making is that it happened in 2016, if I'm correct about the year. It didn't surface until 2024. So before this, he was saying that it did not happen, and there was no video of it happening.
And now
That did not come out until now, until 24. So if that had not all of a sudden appeared, okay, the statute of limitations is run out for as far as him being charged with a crime. So maybe that's why the video is surfaced now, because he can't be charged with a crime, even though we can witness what happened in the hallway. The time.
How is that not a crime?
That's abuse. Okay, wait a minute. I did not say it was not a crime. I said he cannot be charged with a crime, with that particular crime of abuse, because that happened in I believe it was 2016, and the statutes of limitation, I think it's something like 4 years you have to come forward to file charges.
Okay, well, what about the lady? What about the lady yesterday? This young woman who was
with Gloria Allred,
her client,
attorney,
who was falling to pieces, and she is saying now Gloria Allred took her case, and that was 20 years ago. The abuse that she suffered.
Well, 23 years ago, actually, because see, it's different laws. Wait a minute.
She said it was 20 years.
Okay, yeah, okay. What I'm saying is this: is that for rape, the statute is longer on when you have to file charges.
Oh, but a beat down, it got a window.
A shorter window. You hear the commercials all the time with lawyers telling you, okay, if you're in an accident, your time is limited on when you can file, for injuries. You don't be in an accident today and then wait 5 years later and say, oh, I was in that accident 5 years ago and I'm having back problems. You wouldn't be able to
you gotta go then.
5 years later. You have to do it within a time frame. That's why, even though that video has come out, he can't be charged with a crime of assault and battery, because the time limit, I think, is 4 years for assault and battery. I'm don't hold me for the exact time limit, but
Mr. Fact Checker?
Well, I said don't hold me on that, because it happened in 2016. The fact that I think you only have 4 years in order for it to be charges to be filed against somebody. Okay, that time period has passed. So no, he won't be charged.
Have to wait before they can file rape.
What's the time limit?
What's the statute of limitations?
Yes.
For most crimes, the state law loses the power to charge you with a crime 5 years after the crime is committed. Like most other facets of the law, there are exceptions. Here are a few. If the crime committed was rape, there is no statute of limitations. Okay.
Right.
If the crime committed was aggravated criminal sodomy, there is no statute of limitations.
Right.
That's kind of like double talk.
No, it's not. Wait a minute. Because you don't want.
Well, you could beat me down. You could beat me down, kick me in the head, and I have some kind of brain damage. Okay, but it doesn't start showing up to 4 or 5 years later, and we could track this injury to you kicking me in the head. So because it's been 5 years, and even though I got brain damage, I don't have I don't get any kind of restitution.
Yes, you can. Wait a minute. You can still sue a person for wrongful damage. Okay. The difference is and what you just read, it says, okay, this happened. That assault happened in 2016. I'm correct about when it happened, in 2016.
Okay. You
have 5 years to be charged with that assault. That ended in 2021. That's 5 years, from 2016 to 2021. So the video being shown now, it's past the statute of when you're going to be charged for that crime.
When he beat the girl on the ground.
Right. Now, she could sue him, for damages and assault, just like the Goldmans did O.J. Simpson. Okay, he was found innocent of the murder, but then he was charged for wrongful death. Okay, so she could sue him for wrongful, bodily harm. So that's something that you can do after the fact, which the statute does not prevent you from doing. Just like rape has no limitation. That's why the young lady who said that, with Gloria Allred, the attorney, said this happened in 2001. Okay, we're in 2024, so that was 23 years ago.
Well, they say according to this feed, it says that Nationwide, 34 states and Washington, D.C. have statutes of limitations on filing rape charges, on filing rape or sexual assault charges, ranging from 3 to 30 years. In New Hampshire, charges must be filed within 6 years of a crime. In Connecticut, it's 5 years. In Minnesota, it's 3. Some states tie the statute of limitations to reporting deadlines. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, like California, there's no limitation. That's why Gloria Allred, because she's an attorney here in the state of California, was able to file that on this woman's behalf, because the statute, there is no statute. That's why the mogul, TV mogul guy, was being sued, was being prosecuted for all the sexual crimes that he committed years and years ago, because there's no statute.
Talking about Harvey Weinstein.
Yes, yes. That's why
he's a movie mogul.
Mogul, I said movie mogul. He gets still was charged with rape and assault. Okay, he was charged and found and convicted, but of things that happened 20, 30 years ago, some of them, because there is no statute of limitation. So the women were able to come forward, and over 50-some women came forward and said, "This happened to me." Okay,
because they wanted this career so badly, and I mean,
so wanted that career, because you want a career badly. Wanting a career does not mean that you should be a bruise because you want a career.
Exactly. I get it. I mean, I don't understand why men feel like they have to do that and have a woman to, subject herself to you, and you looking like a big, don't matter how you look, you could be the finest thing on the face of the planet, but to abuse women and use your power. Ted Bundy was good looking. He was a serial killer. He was a good looking guy. That's how he got away with a whole bunch of stuff. That's not the issue.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
People always
looks does not matter.
Rape is a violent crime. It has nothing to do with sex. It has everything to do with power and control. And he felt like, and he knew he had control over them. Hey, come over here, little girl. I want you to touch on me, and I'll make you a movie star. I'll put you in my next movie. And her eyes are lighting up. I mean, I told this story when I told you this story of the guy he tried to proposition me. And I'm so silly. First thing I did, I started laughing, and he said, "What's so funny?" I said, "You really? He about this tall?" I'm like, "Really?" And I said, "Tell you what we're gonna do. How about this? I'll do what you say after you bring me a document that says you're gonna take out a life insurance policy on you. I am the sole beneficiary, because when I slam down hard on you one good time, I'm gonna snap you in half, and I'm gonna monitor the check clear." He told me get out of his office. He said I was funny though. He said nobody ever responded to him like that. I said, "Oh, so you do this on a regular basis? You need some steps. You need some classes, because you don't do this that well." And they don't, and they want to just use the power and power.
Okay, but think about this.
I'm just saying. I mean, and they want to break down your self-esteem and tell you you're no good, and nobody's gonna love you but me, and I'm gonna do this.
Okay, but I mean, in his case, it wasn't going that route. I mean, just like some of your listeners is chiming in about blackmail it's a dangerous game. That is true. It is a very dangerous game, because you think about it. In Puff Daddy case, what they were saying is that, okay, you went to these parties. Okay, the people who went in the back, that wasn't everybody, because everybody went in the freak party all at one time. Because they had different rooms. Different rooms were set up so you had your own private.
Okay, so they might have a room for the dominatrix, and have room for
whatever they was doing.
Leather, or
okay, whatever you were doing. But the fact that you was in a separate room. And people all assume that there wasn't any cameras in there when this was going on. But the fact that they were taping this, and then they said that he's been accused of blackmailing people after the fact, and said, "Okay, well, you came to my party, you had such a great time. We took you back in the back to the real action, and you had a great time." And while I'm talking to you, the TV picture comes on, and now you see yourself and whoever that was. Now you're looking at Puff Daddy, and he said, "Okay, well, now this could stay between us, or this could be something that could be out in the public." Okay, if it stays between us, maybe I want such and such a favor. I need this done, or maybe I ask you for a favor later in life, and you would have to stop and think about that. That's why when you say blackmail is a dangerous game, it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous.
Extreme, and people have gotten killed over something like this, you know. And they're talking about all these big wigs. That's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, this is what one of our babies is saying. She said he ran his mouth and everybody else ran their mouth to somebody's old school music, and they had the nerve to call it hip hop and call his ass a music genius. Unbelievable. Well, tell us how you really feel, baby. Wait a minute. They go on to say maybe it's like this too. White record executives put Puffy in front of the camera for their own destruction mission, so they'd have his face ass covered, but people didn't have to fall for it. I mean, because it's all a strategic game, you know. And
well, I mean, but the fact that you was, wait a minute, these became legendary. So these ain't just something that only a few people, you know, experienced. These were things that people went back and said, "Oh my God, if you would have only could have been there, you could not have believed what was jumping off." These were legendary. Okay, but still, everybody did not see everything or participate in everything. I mean, because see, they had a regular, just like you go to a nightclub and you out there on the dance floor, but then you got, because you had a wristband on and it gives you access to go in the back. Okay, so what's happening in the back has nothing to do with what's jumping off up here in the front.
Well, we find
the people in the front are partying, having a great time, saying, "Oh my God, this is the greatest party ever."
The drinks are flowing, the food is being passed around, everybody looks good.
I know, and I'm seeing celebrities, I'm seeing stars, and then but the celebrities and stars can go in the back. You don't go in the back just because you're there. Okay, so the people went in the back and then end up being filmed and for blackmail, because this is one of the allegations that he was using. He used to film. He was filming these events.
Isn't that extortion?
Blackmail. Yes, it is, and that's part of racketeering. That's what's part of racketeering.
Because I think he's got a
racketeering.
Isn't he? Racketeering. Legal charges.
Yes, that's racketeering. When you put somebody in a compromised position and then you turn back around and say, "Okay, well now you got to do such and such for me." I mean, I don't know what he asked somebody to do or what they end up doing once they went back there in the back and had a great time. And he said, "Okay, well now." Okay, now that you had a great time and you want to keep having a great time, you like your position and all that, well, now you have to do such and such. That's part of the racketeering charges. The fact that they took adult, you know, women across state lines for these sex escapades. Okay, that's where the federal government.
I don't think I've ever heard that word come out of your mouth like ever. Sexcapade.
But they did this by traveling across state lines. Right. It's how the government got involved.
That's interstate trafficking.
Trafficking. And even though his lawyer was saying that when it's all said and done, that he'll be able to get off because these were all adults. These wasn't not kids. These were not underage people that was traveling.
No, he had a couple. Oh no, that was R. Kelly.
That was R. Kelly. Two different people. See, don't get them mixed up.
I gotta get my sex
perverts together.
Oh no, they pervert.
But see, because Puff Daddy is not being called a pervert.
All of us, if we would be
honest. But he's not being called a pervert. He's not being called a pervert.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Sean Combs is not being called a pervert because he didn't have minors that he was taking around.
You don't have to be with I mean, that's kind of perverted that you having a sexcapades and you videotaping it. You got 1,000 bottles of baby oil and 782 dildos. Really?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute.
That's pretty perverted if you ask me.
So once again, if you would wait a minute, just like
the dildos at like maybe 25.
Okay, wait a minute. Remember though, Mother Love, you're the one who said yourself. You said yourself about people being able to go who was going in the back. Okay, everybody was not going back there in the back. So because he had 1,000 bottles of baby lotion, was everybody gonna get bathed in lotion?
Well, baby oil.
No, baby oil. Everybody wasn't gonna get rubbed down.
No, baby lotion and it'll absorb too quick. You know, you can either go Vaseline, warm Vaseline, and that is a feeling unto itself.
Okay, but all that's beside. I mean, the point that what they're saying is that what he was doing. But he was also filming people, and now that the government has these tapes, And most people, I'll be willing to bet you $1,000,000. Nobody really thought. I mean, didn't think that he was filming them because they wouldn't have done it if they had known that.
But he told them after the fact. So he was
Of course,
setting them up to extort them. He was setting them
yes,
up to be
of course,
blackmailed. You know,
yes, yes, of course. Because wait a minute, how could you blackmail somebody? If you go tell me, if I told you, if you go back here in this back room, I'm gonna be filming you, but I'm asking you to do some unscrupulous things.
oh,
Would you have gone? No.
I know. That would have been just two people for me anyway. One
Well,
of
I
our
mean,
one of
okay,
our listeners said,
for your case, it
legendary
wouldn't.
behind some fake hip hop that people called real hip hop, and legendary over old school artists. Recycle hit they already did back in the day. This is big business. This is all behind big bosses, big power, and big money. And I don't know why the average people who are just living their lives fall for this mess. That's a really, I mean, because they get caught up in it.
But
I
why
mean,
do they fall for this mess?
you got to be able to differentiate between what is real and what is fantasy. You know, because this is a business about pretending, and the stars and the lights, and
Okay,
it's
and
amazing when people come here.
and how many people don't want to be in that? Wait a minute, be real. I mean, the people, anybody, the folks who are complaining, I'd be willing to bet you, I'd be willing to bet you 1,000 to 1. If you could have been at one of those parties, you would have been there. These were legendary parties.
I've been to some of my
something
own legendary parties where other famous people
yes,
were.
okay, and the fact that
But all of us were famous, so it really, I mean, we could.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
There's nothing wrong with that. And
because
all I said,
we're all friends and acquaintances and close
okay,
acquaintances.
but you weren't filming people. You weren't videotaping people because see, part of this charges against them is that he was filming people without their permission. They didn't know that they were being filmed.
And that's wrong.
Okay, which is against the law. You filming somebody and they don't know that they're being filmed. It's against
or
the
video
law.
or audio tape, because
Yeah.
when you call these automated, they said this call is being recorded for whatever kind of purposes.
Yes.
So we have to let you know that we're recording you, and
Because
anything
if they didn't, you could sue them.
extortion.
If you didn't, you could sue them because they were recording you without your knowledge. So they have to let you know up front.
Have they unsealed his indictment yet?
I'm looking for that as we're talking to see.
Okay. Another one says drug and rape, and it doesn't matter what age, drug and rape, you go to prison, especially when plenty people would give it to him for free to get his money. Then it wouldn't be free, because then you're sacrificing yourself. You're giving up your real estate. You're giving up your agency because you're allowing somebody else to tell you what kind of value you have, and and he's devaluing you and telling you, look, well, nobody. This is what I do. I'm the one that's gonna help you. I'm the one that could do this, that, and the third for your career. And they were when I was watching this, the Surviving R. Kelly, and it was just heartbreaking. The many families that he and his group of people, got these young people caught up in this. I mean, he married a girl when she was what, 16, 17 years old.
Okay, but that was
he married this guy, and he said her mother gave him consent, and I'm like, oh, that just always sounded kind of freaky to me. And then she perishes in a plane crash.
Okay, wait a minute. You said, but wait a minute. Think about this. First of all, the parents said, "Okay, you can go. You 13. You let your 13-year-old daughter go off with a grown man."
Well, she was 13.
Yeah, Aaliyah was only 13 when it first started. So she was underage.
He'd been up under the jail.
Okay, no, he could not been up under the jail because the parents sent her. So he didn't kidnap her.
Right.
The parents willingly let her go because they was looking at dollar signs.
And
they were looking at dollar signs.
And it was like, oh, you just go in there and do this with him, and it'll be okay. We'll be taken care of for life. You'll
be taken care of. We'll be taken care of. Everybody be taken care of.
Right. That's almost the same kind of scenario that they had, charged Michael Jackson with. They said he was aiding and abetting minors and, being inappropriate with young children and young boys and the parents.
But also the parents, every last one of them said their child
agreed to let them stay with him overnight.
And you could say for a number of reasons. One, because of who he was.
It was money.
Oh, and not just money, but who he was.
Oh, wait a minute,
The
what I
fact
do?
that, what did you just do?
I touched something I shouldn't have been touching.
Yeah, you don't know how to work the board.
I wasn't touching the buttons. Okay, I know how to do
Yeah,
it.
right.
Okay,
Yes,
because
yes,
you went
did.
way over there.
Just click it back. Just click on the picture.
Oh, now you got the whole face.
Okay, now you got to wait a minute.
Well, I can see your face. Oh, you can
Okay,
see
well, just leave it alone. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Maybe you might want to just leave it alone.
No button touching. Oh, see, it was my phone that touched the buttons.
Okay,
It
well,
wasn't me.
no touching.
So
Okay, just leave. It's okay though.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. You know what? With all the stuff that's going on, and now they got him in the front. I'm surprised that the 45th ain't came up and claimed something happened with him, so he could take the spotlight away from Puffy and his.
Okay, well, he doesn't because Puffy was down at his at Mar-a-Lago with him taking pictures. So I mean, how close do you want to be? So all the time you don't want to be that close. Now, when something bad goes wrong, before everybody wanted to be around, wanted to be seen with Puffy. Everybody, it would have been an honor to be knowing you was around him. I mean, now that this has come out, now everybody's running for the ducking and dodging. Oh, it wasn't me.
You know,
I wasn't there.
In all of this, my heart breaks for his family and for his children. And apparently he had got his sons involved in his activity. Am I boring you?
No.
You just gave one of them funny looking yawn.
No, I was trying not to just make a big yawn.
I feel as a mother, this is my son. I'm gonna have to stand up with him, you know, no matter what the deal is. To make sure that he knows that he's not by himself. And if his sons are involved in this as deeply as they're insinuating, they could be up on charges. And I remember when they first indicted R. Kelly. That's what we call him, R. Kelly. Okay, well, I say I ain't touching nothing.
Okay, I did that. No, I did that one.
Don't be doing spooky stuff. You know, I get nervous. You know, I jump in my own office. I get the, you know. But the fact that they're going through this themselves. And when it was happening to R. Kelly, you know, people were saying it, you know, his handlers was like, well, that's what he like. He like young girls. I like old girls, you know, and him liking that. And his, I think it was his brother or his uncle or somebody said that he, okay, now I'm starting to get schizophrenic.
Okay, no, I'm checking that out.
Anyway,
no.
So, and I don't know if anybody else got arrested. And do you think it would be appropriate? Because he couldn't do this by himself. The only person that got arrested when they raided his house in Florida and raided his house out here in California, some little young guy, 25 years old, they said he was his drug and his mule doing stuff for him, you know, other unscrupulous activity, illegal activity. And they arrested him. How come the rest of them didn't get arrested for aiding and abetting to the delinquency?
Okay. Maybe it's called in the snitch.
Oh, snitches.
That's it. Oh, did I say that?
Snitches get stitches. Now, that ain't what they say.
Yes, it is.
I know they say witches with a capital B. Witches get stitches.
Okay, but the point that I make it, you said what? Wait a minute. You said why did others get arrested? It could be because some of the others are turning evidence, state evidence.
Might have rolled over on him. I know. Yes. I think he went past the Baskin and Robinson.
The fact that just like the security guards and stuff.
Yeah.
These are people.
The drivers. Housekeepers.
Okay, but once again, you said how come other people were not arrested? He could not have done all this by himself. Yes, that is true. He did not do it. He didn't go out and buy all those dildos and baby lotion. No, assistants did. I mean, security folks. No, other people have been indicted. You know, but it probably goes to show that a lot of them probably are starting to flip on him and say, "Well, I'll tell you what I know." Save
your own blood.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, you say why no other people have not been arrested. It has more to do probably with the fact that a lot of these people have started to turn state evidence and say, "Well, I'll tell you what I know." If I get time.
A deal, and they always on the TV shows they go in with the detectives, and the detectives, when it's multiple people implicated, they'll say whoever the first one is talk, they get the best deal. So what if you like the fifth person that talking? You still got evidence that the other four before you didn't have other, you know, information.
Well, once again, is based on what you're willing to tell and can be corroborated. Just because you say, well, this happened, they got it, like they would probably say, okay, let's check the tape. Let's find out if it's on tape what you're saying that happened, if that actually did really happen, or if it didn't happen. So a lot of this, is not done yet. It's a lot more to come, and there are a lot of nervous people in Hollywood, in the music industry, and the movie industry that are probably truly worried. I mean, there have been several big executives that have already lost their jobs behind this scandal.
Or quit. I heard a couple of them.
Well, that's still losing your job. You quit because of this incident, and one because you weren't thinking about retiring before this.
You didn't think about
you've been forced to retire or be fired. So if you got a chance to retire, that's because they like you and they allowed you to retire, so you got your pension. If they fired you, it's because maybe your boss or somebody else in the company didn't like you all along and said, okay, well, now they're out. Now, and
this is a good out for them.
No, it's an out where they won't get paid. See, it's a difference because a lot of times when you're allowed to retire, a lot of times when policemen do bad things, and they allow the policemen to retire,
right?
So they get their pension. So they get their pension and stuff instead of being fired where they won't get a pension.
Right.
It's a big difference on if you're looking out for somebody or not looking out for somebody.
Well,
and a lot of these executives, if they were probably a lot of them were allowed to resign more than likely, which meant that they still get money. They still got some money, retirement, their stocks and stuff like that, versus just being fired and probably would have got only a third of that.
If they got that, because they might have had a conduct unbecoming clause.
All of them do. They generally do. They generally do. And when you have that clause, if you violate it, then you could be terminated and you wouldn't get anything. And so that's what I said. It depends on your boss and what company you work for. Someone will allow you to step down. And no, you hear, oh, okay, this happened, this broke like last week, 2 weeks ago, and then every weekend
it's something new.
To somebody's resigning or quitting or stepping down. Well, that's been allowed to get your business, your business, things in order, your business affairs in order, and then you retire. So you keep your pension. Because
it's just all kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a more to come.
His lawyer, this is coming from Online. His lawyer attempts to explain why the rapper had 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Okay, and he said, okay, you mentioned
this is his explanation. Sean Diddy Combs' attorney Mark Philo addressed the 1,000 bottles of baby oil which were seized from the rapper's homes, explaining that Combs buys in bulk. Okay, why you gotta buy in bulk and you need 1,000? Listen, I buy in bulk.
You chop in bulk. You okay? So because you buy bulk.
You use that much baby oil that you need to have 1,000 bottles on hand at all times. Really?
He got hard water. He got hard water.
See. Lord, just take the
now what you just took this
I did it again. Okay, well, never mind.
Yes,
okay, so Sean Diddy Combs issued statement from jail calling Kim Porter memoir a fake. He just Suge Knight weighs in on Sean Diddy Combs' arrest in a prison interview. Okay, let me see what his lawyer said.
Okay,
what said? Let me see if I can.
If you read everything,
okay, wait.
But so is your sound engineer.
Okay, wait.
You need to hire.
Okay, wait. Okay,
you listen to a commercial.
Indeed is.
Okay, there we go. Okay, this is what his lawyer said. Content warning. This article details alleged violence as well as physical and sexual abuse. New information has emerged regarding Sean Diddy Combs' legal troubles. Just over a week after the rapper was taken into police custody in New York City and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution. His attorney, Mark Nafilio,
just say Mark,
sharing his thoughts on Combs' alleged freak-offs as well as the 1,000 bottles of baby oil that were seized from his home. Quote, I don't know where the number 1,000 came from, he said in a preview of their upcoming documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, The Indictment. It'll be released on September. Dang, they got that fast, huh? It'll be released on September.
It's called video.
He said, I can't imagine it's thousands, when unquote. When it was confirmed that the number came from the federal document, Combs' attorney was quick to add that he wasn't really sure what the baby oil has to do with anything, although it was suggested during the interview that they were used as lubrication during orgies. Okay, if you ain't got a baby and you got $1,000 of baby oil anywhere in your vicinity in your house,
Slippery
you
when
doing
it's
that
wet.
lubricating something.
Slippery when it's wet.
Did you see this? Look, I don't know who did this. It's a video, and it's an AI video, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 6 people, and all of them is famous. And Sean is in the middle, and they all got onesies on in different colors. And it to me, it's not funny at all. It is not funny at all. It was really disgusting, in that somebody would put this up during this time, and especially when women are being abused and neglected and mistreated and killed because they want to speak up, or they want to get away from an abusive relationship, and it's not funny under any circumstances.
Okay,
what he is charged with is, these are life-changing situations. This one lady who came before us just the other day, she said, it's been 20 years and every day this trauma haunts me. Every day. I just wish, baby, you wouldn't let that have that much real estate in your head and in your heart. You got to let that go. Maybe that's what the issue is.
She letting it go. She letting it go for lawsuit.
I hope she won a lawsuit.
The point, she said that she was traumatized all this time. So now, by bringing this lawsuit up, now you're going to re-traumatize yourself all over again, because now it got to be litigated. It was something that has been bothering you for 20-some years. Because she said it happened to her in 2001. This is 2024. Okay, if you've been living that and saying that this has been something that's been bothering you, forever, then stop and think about this. You're peeling that scab off that wound again by filing this lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you got to go in, and you hoping that maybe they confiscated one of your tapes when they was grabbing the tapes at his house.
And the evidence people wouldn't try to, get the tape and make copies and exploit it. Who knows? Okay, this is what I told you the story was, his lawyer was trying to explain why he had 1,000 bottles. The lawyer said, I guess, wait a minute, he said, I guess, okay, here we go. He said, I guess, I don't know. Oh, where did it go?
Okay, so now you know.
Oh, he said, I don't know. Oh, here it is. I got it. I got it. He said, just over that the police and transportation engaged in prostitution and the lawyer said, I don't know where the number 1,000 came from. And then he said, when it was confirmed that the number came from the federal document, his attorney was quick to add that he wasn't really sure what the baby oil has to do with anything, unquote, although it was suggested that during the interview that they were used as lubricating during orgies. He said, I guess, I don't know what you need 1,000 bottles. 1 bottle of baby oil goes a long way. Now, that didn't help for the lawyer to know how long a bottle of baby oil is.
Okay, but see, wait a minute, but they're saying for
I don't even know what you would need 1,000 of them for.
Okay,
but they're why he believes the music mogul has such a large store of baby oil to begin with. He has a big house. He buys in bulk. I think they have Costco's at every place where he has a home. Yeah. I buy in bulk from Costco as well, darling. And there's no no reason that any person, any human being would need 1,000 bottles of baby oil unless you was getting ready to do something real crazy. Okay, wait a minute. Before we go, I want to send the prayers up for the family of the person that was killed on the Metro bus. That some guy came on
here in LA.
And here in LA, got on the Metro bus, shot a person several times, and he eventually succumbed to the gunshot wounds. Yeah, and so it's like you can't go to the bus, you can't go to the grocery store, you can't go to Walmart. It's always something crazy going on. People, we gotta just keep as much love out there as we can, good, bad, or indifferent. It's real easy to love people that are easy to love. It's hard to love people that are hard to love. And know this, babies. Remember, no matter how big or tall.
You got a little more time. You're a little early.
I got 30 seconds. You done talk to them for 30 seconds. Wait a minute.
No, you got 30 seconds. is just getting started. It don't take you 30 seconds to give your speech, though. It only takes 10.
Oh,
So
how you gonna time out my ending? So you just try to be in growing
because I'm looking at the time. No, I'm looking at the time.
Another one said that she took the MTA bus one day and she met Aaliyah at a CD signing. I got to shake her hand and she signed the CD. How sweet was that? Now remember this. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Remember this. No matter how big or tall, short or small, thick or thin, it matters not what skin you're in.